So, I'm 27 and I'm Italian. I lived my whole life in Italy till I was 23, and then I moved to London. This was one of my biggest dreams in life, and here is where everything started for me. I started singing when I was maybe 16 years old. I was at school, and I remember there was this big room with a big sound system and the mic. My classmate just challenged me to go and sing by myself. So I just went there, and that was the first time when I realized that maybe I can sing, maybe I have a voice. One of the teachers came to me, he said, "Wow, I'm really impressed by your voice. Do you want to maybe sing in some little theaters in Italy and perform?" I was like, I don't know, I never sang before, I don't know if I can do it, but I was really excited, and so I did it, and I really enjoyed it actually. At that time, I used to sing in Italian and in a very bad English. I was so inspired by an Italian singer which is called Giorgia. She used to sing this kind of American style and English style. I just wanted to sing in that way, but in English. So I just decided to move to London to be really, really close to that culture, to learn, the language, and to learn how to sing in that specific way. I wanted my song to sound really raw and really personal. And I compared, the Italian lyrics to the English ones and American ones, and I always felt that the American and English ones were like really true, like they were raw, there were no filters on the emotion, nothing. And I wanted to sing that way, because when you live your life, life doesn't put any filters on the pain or the good things, so why would I put filters when I sing a song, you know what I mean? Just wanted to sing something really real and raw. When it's time to cry, I want to cry while I sing. When it's time to laugh, I just want to laugh. I want to sing a happy song, In order to write this kind of deep and personal lyrics, you need to live your life first. I think from the moment I moved to London, I went through so many things that changed my life and the way I write now. For example, I remember when I started singing, I started busking in Piccadilly Circus, Tottenham Court Road, Leicester Square, and I was by myself singing in front of English people with a super bad English. I was so scared, I cried so many times, and all these emotions are still inside of me. And when I sing now, it's so easy for me to express that kind of pain as well, And when I write lyrics, I have something to say now. So when I told my parents that I wanted to move to London just because I wanted to be an international singer, they thought that I was crazy. And when I told my friend, they thought the same. So I was by myself with my dreams. And I remember one day I was in the bed and I thought about my life, and I was like, what's your biggest dream ever? What is something that if you do it, you're gonna be happy forever? I thought that I wanted to sing, but I wanted to sing in English. I was not really, really happy with me singing just in Italian, so that's why I moved to London. For me, it's been really complicated to start at the beginning. No one used to pay me when I sang in the street. I remember crying every single time after the show, because I literally sang for maybe 3 hours in a row for £10. I was about to give up until one day I shared my story with the audience, and suddenly a guy just gave me a bunch of money, and he just ran away and he left. Till now I don't know who this guy is, but I think he believed in me so much that he wanted to help me, paying my, sound system and everything that I needed in order to go through. That guy just gave me the strength to don't give up. I felt a strong love from the audience while I was busking, from all the English people. They really loved me, they embraced me. So at some point I was not scared anymore to go in any kind of square and sing. What I learned is that it doesn't matter which language do you speak, or if your accent is good or bad. If you sing with your heart, you will touch people, and that's the most important thing. In those 6 months, I've got some money from people, and I saved that money and I invested that money to make my first single, which is called Ego. Ego was a song that I wrote myself, and the music and the lyric, and was really personal. It was my little baby at the time, but now I grew up so much, and I think I went to another level as an artist. So going to the concerts and meeting other English artists along my way made me realize that the best thing if you want to be an artist is to be yourself. Really say what you want to say. If you're angry, write it down, write a lyric about your anger, about love, about something real. People will feel it. If you feel it, people will feel it. I'm also so inspired by a bunch of singers that I really follow, like Ed Sheeran, for example, amazing, Dua Lipa, Anne-Marie, then other styles. One of the person who inspired me the most to make pop music was David Guetta. I remember living in Italy and listening to David Guetta's songs at the radio. They were so pop and so, I don't even know how to say, they break the radio, you know. And that's what I wanted to do with my music. I just wanted to create something that makes people happy, makes people feel something in life. I want music to make you feel alive, you know. And this is not easy, but you know, if you try and try and try again, you will get to the point where you will feel something first, and then people will feel it with you. So I really like to follow my emotions and my inner voice, and I prepared the next single. Everything was ready. I was about to release the single. Then I went to Italy, and my brother was actually listening to this kind of music that I never heard before. There was like a reggaeton style, and specifically he was listening to a Spanish remix of Jaden Smith and Nicky Jam. And I kept on listening to this song, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so summery. I want to make a single like that for the summer. I want to dance, I want to make people dancing. I was in Italy, and I was at the computer, and I was trying to play the piano. I recorded a melody, and I was not really sure because I never created this kind of style before. Then my brother took the track and he put some backing vocals on the track, and then I listened to the track again, and I was like, okay, this makes sense, I'm gonna work on this. And so I spent a lot of months working on this track, and I wrote the lyric, and the lyric was about someone and it's really personal. It's me, like speaks about me, and at the same time is really pop, commercial, makes people dancing and makes everyone feel happy, and that's the kind of music that I want to do. My parents came to visit me in London. We went to a restaurant in London Bridge, and I remember there was like the karaoke with the singer, and my mom was pushing me so hard to sing, and my friend was there with us, and I never sang in front of my friend before, and I didn't want to sing in front of him because I was shy. My mom pushed me so much, she was so offended that I didn't want to sing, and then at the end I decided to sing. And I remember I sang a song by Beatles, and all the girls stand up for me, and there was a girl, she threw roses on me. Was an amazing night, I can't forget. And all the people were like, sing again, you need to sing again. So I ended up like having a show instead of that guy that was the official singer at the restaurant. So from that day, my parents really started to respect me as an artist, to respect my decision of living in another country. They saw everything that I'm doing here from learning the language just by talking to people is not easy at all, and I'm still improving, I'm still learning, and I think they understood how much I had to work to get to this point, and I think now they respect me and they are the biggest fan of mine. So I think that's amazing. This is the biggest goal for me in my life, because if your family supports you, it's done. That's it. I mean, you don't need anybody else, you know? Everything that happened just happened because I never stopped believing in myself and in my dreams. I really believe that if you're ready and willing to work extremely hard, like harder than anybody else around you, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are in the society, if you are black, white, straight or gay, nobody can stop you from achieving your dreams. Remember, there was a moment when I had 3p in my bank account. I had no money to pay anybody to work with me. I couldn't pay the recording studio. I couldn't keep on going on the making of this song. And everyone around me was just telling me to give up and stop it and go back to Italy because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't do it. I was really depressed for maybe 3 days. And then I was like, you know what? I have to do this. I needed to do it for myself. And I started to work 15 hours every single day for many months in a row, no days off, until I got the money. And sometimes I even got the money and then I paid taxes and everything, and the money were not enough to pay the DJ, to pay the engineer and the studio, and I worked even harder